Welcome to NBA Countdown, presented by Hennessy.
We didn't expect our whole run to be sunshine and rainbows. It's about how we respond.
Yeah, but we got punked.
If you know, you know.
Hammer jam! SGA! Everything is coming up thunder.
We weathered the storm. They're the number one team in the conference.
The Indiana Pacers in a Game 2 stunner.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Gotta go get 2 in Indy. Simple as that.
You know, one never expects us to win. You just deal with it and go do our thing, and yeah, be ready to play.
If you know, you know.
Tyrese Halliburton is a perfect 9-0 in home playoff games. Tonight, he will be mic'd up back in Indiana with a chance to give the Pacers a commanding 3-game lead over the top-seeded Cavaliers, who, despite having Donovan Mitchell average over 40 so far this series, find themselves in a hole that less than 8% of teams have ever been able to dig their way out of. But they don't call it Believe Land for nothing. The Cavs, they are the only franchise to erase a 2-0 deficit 3 separate times in playoff history. Prime LeBron, he might not be walking through the door, but these guys, they're going to help. Evan Mobley, Darius Garland, DeAndre Hunter, they all missed game 2, meaning Cleveland was without 3 of their top 4 scorers as well as the Defensive Player of the Year. So for the latest on who's in and who is out for this essentially must-win game for the Cavaliers, our senior insider Shams Charania is here. Shams, will we see Mobley, Garland, and or Hunter tonight? I don't know if it's tonight or if it's game 4, but I'm going with Cleveland in this one. Perk, we do not have a great record when all of us go with the Cavaliers. Where are you going?
Well, I'm gonna be on this island by myself.
Okay.
I'm going with the Pacers.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, I don't see the Pacers coming out flat. It's hard to win in that arena. Those guys are gonna be ready. They got the momentum. They got the confidence. We don't know what Darius Garland, we don't know what Evan Mobley and DeAndre Hunter is gonna look like. Yeah, they playing, but they still battling some injuries and playing through some things. Those guys are healthy. And they've been here before. They know what it takes to get it done. There's going to be energy in that arena. I'm going with the Pacers.
We're going to know in the first 5 minutes, I think, how these guys start to look. Is there a telltale sign that can tell you, all right, Hunter, Mobley, that they're good to go?
Are you going to neutralize Indiana from shooting the ball?
Garland as well.
And Garland's movement. We'll be able to see if he can move with that toe.
Absolutely. That is what we are going to be watching as soon as this ball tips up. For now, let's get you to Indianapolis. Ryan Rucco, take it away.
Thank you very much, and welcome to Indianapolis, Indiana, at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. It is Game 3 of these Eastern Conference semifinals. The Pacers, the 4 seed, a 2-0 lead on the Cavaliers. Donovan Mitchell, fresh off a 48-point performance, and Tyrese Halliburton, the hero in Game 2. As we welcome you to NBA Courtside, presented by Pronamel. Taking a look at our Eastern Conference playoff bracket, both New York and Indiana did the unthinkable, winning 2 road games to tip off their series. As we welcome you once again courtside here in Gainbridge. Hey everybody, Ryan Rucco alongside Corey Alexander. So happy to be with you for Game 3 of these Eastern Conference semifinals. Corey, Game 2 took a historic comeback from the Pacers to win that game. And you know what? When you get a comeback like that, you want to dive into it and relive it.
Absolutely. And Ryan, you know very well, you can't have history without help. And it was the Cleveland Cavaliers that absolutely helped the Indiana Pacers complete the comeback. You see the offensive rebound off the free throw by Nesmith, and then Nesmith also sticking his chin in, picking up the offensive foul. Pascal Siakam with the easy layup, but most importantly, the inability to inbound the basketball. The defensive captain for the Pacers, Andrew Nembhard, coming up with a steal that gets Tyrese Halliburton to the free throw line, and after missing the second, gets his own rebound, and of course, makes the historic 3-ball to win the game for the Pacers.
Just an incredible final 50 seconds. Indiana outscoring Cleveland 8-0, and the Cavs not even attempting a field goal over that stretch. We know the Cavs have had all kinds of injuries. For an update there, we send things over to Angel Gray.
Well, Ryan, the Cavs fans should be thrilled that they are entering Game 3 with a full deck, and the 2 days that they had off were not only beneficial, but also very necessary in getting DeAndre Hunter, Evan Mobley, and Darius Garland back on the floor for tonight. And starting on the defensive end, their Defensive Player of the Year in Evan Mobley is going to be very necessary for them in the paint. They allow the Pacers to score 50 points in the paint, their most output in that category in the playoffs. But my eyes are going to be on Darius Garland. He was out the longest 2 weeks. He told me he stayed ready with a lot of underwater treadmill water workouts. But most importantly, the second day of the practices definitely helped him gain the confidence of where he needs to be for the pace of Indiana. This team shoots 53% off of his passes. His idea is to get in the paint, spray out, and just be him, guys.
Well, great news for the Cavs to get that group back, Angel. Here we go. Game 3 coming up shortly. More Courtside from Malika and the studio crew in a moment.
NBA Courtside on ESPN is presented by Pronamel Clinical Enamel Strength. 3 times stronger enamel with twice daily brushing.
Playoff series don't start until somebody wins a road game. Well, we won 2.
Halliburton, 2 on the clock. Got it! Halliburton trying to take Cleveland's heart in a Game 2 stunner. Sorry, boy.
Being down 2-0, losing both on their home court, they're going to come to play desperate.
It's tough losing like that, but we gotta go get 2 in Indy. You ain't got no choice.
Here comes Mitchell! Donovan Mitchell has exploded!
Hey, that ain't gonna be the last one!
Guess that things don't leave you fully.
The next game, they're going to come out even harder.
We've been playing through every single adversity. It's just time for us to find a way to win.
Come on, we good. This is the best team in our conference. They don't lose a ton. They're going to respond.
We welcome you to the NBA playoffs presented by Google. And welcome to Indianapolis for the conference semifinals delivered by Chipotle. Inside a jam-packed Gamebridge Fieldhouse, getting ready for Game 3. Indiana a 2-0 series lead as we take a look at our starting lineups tonight. Certainly a different look for the Cavaliers as they get back Darius Garland as well as Evan Mobley in their starting lineup. DeAndre Hunter available to come off the bench in his usual 6-man role. Indiana, great connectivity and continuity from Halliburton, Nembhard, Nesmith, Siakam, and Turner. For Cleveland, 3-7 all time when trailing 2-0. The difference, though, is those 3 wins, every Game 3 was played at home, and every Game 3 had LeBron James. Indiana, meanwhile, a lot of successful history, went up 2-0 in a series. Tyrese Halliburton has been a menace in clutch moments in these playoffs. Dinged up his left wrist during Game 2. It did not deter his fourth-quarter heroics. And for Cleveland, just so important getting Darius Garland back all season long. You've heard people in and around the Cavs talk about Garland as really being the key engine to why their offense was the second most efficient offense in NBA history. They get him back for the first time since Game 2 of the first round.
And this is a different Darius Garland than you saw in the playoffs in 2024. Darius Garland was poised to get to this moment, derailed by a toe injury, but happy to be back on the floor. I told him pregame, you better be glad you're playing. I came all this way to see you. You better make sure you show up tonight.
Jarrett Allen wins the tip. Here we go in Game 3. Indiana, a 2-0 series lead. Here's Garland shoveling to Allen. Good looking possession here. Strus connects on a